The Virtuoso mark Akenside whilom by silver Thames's gentle stream, in London town there dwelt a pseudo-wight. A wight of mickle wealth, and mickle fame, book learned and quaint, a virtuoso height. Uncommon things, and rare, were his delight. From musing steep his brain ne'er gotten ease, nor ceased he from study, day or night. Until, advancing onward by degrees, he knew whatever breeds on earth, or air, or seas. He many a creature did anatomize, almost unpeopling water, air, and land. Beasts, fishes, birds, snails, caterpillars, flies, were laid full low by his relentless hand, that oft with gory crimson was disdained. He many a dog destroyed, and many a cat. Of fleas his bed, of frogs the marshes drained, could tell an if a mite were lean or fat, and read a lecture o'er the entrails of a gnat. He knew the various modes of ancient times, their arts and fashions of each different guise, their weddings, funerals, punishments for crimes, their strength, their learning eke, and rarities. Of old habiliments, each sort and size, male, female, high and low, to him were known. Each gladiator dress, and stage disguise. With learned, clerkly phrase he could have shown how the Greek tunic differed from the Roman gown. A curious medallist, I wot, he was, and boasted many a course of ancient coin. Well as his wife's he knew in every face, from Julius Caesar down to Constantine, for some rare sculpture he would oft pine, as green signamosols for husbands do, and when obtained, with enraptured deign, he'd run it o'er and o'er with greedy view, and look again, as he would look at Thoreau. His rich museum, of dimensions fair, with goods that spoke the owner's mind was fraught, things ancient, curious, value worth, and rare, from sea and land, from Greece and Rome were brought, which he with mighty sums of gold had bought. On these all tides with joyous eyes he poured. And, sooth to say, himself he greater thought, when he beheld his cabinets thus stirred, than if he'd been of Albion's wealthy city's lord. Here in a corner stood a rich scrutoire, with many a curiosity replete. In seemly order furnished every drawer, products of art or nature as was meet. Air pumps and prisms were plaqued beneath his feet, a Memphian mummy king hung o'er his head. Here phials with live insects small and great, there stood a tripod of the Pythian made. Above, a crocodile defaced a grateful shade. Fast by the window did a table stand, where Hodean and antique rarities, from Egypt, Greece, and Rome, from sea and land, were thick besprint of every sort and size. Here a Bahamian spider's carcass lies, there a dire serpent's golden skin doth shine, here Indian feathers, fruits, and glittering flies. There gums an amber found beneath the line, the beak of ibis here, and there an Antonini. Close at his back, or whispering in his ear, there stood a sprite-cloaked fantasy, which, wheresoe'er he went, was always near. Her look was wild, and moving was her eye. Her hair was clad with flowers of every dye. Her glistering robes were of more various hue, than the fair bow that paints the clouded sky, or all the spangled drops of morning dew. Their color changing still at every different view. Yet in this shape all tides she did not stay, various as the chameleon that she bore, now a grand monarch with a crown of hay, now mendicant in silks and golden ore, a statesman now, equipped to chase the boar, or cowled monk, lean, feeble, and unfed, a clown-like lord, or swain of courtly lore, now scribbling dunce in sacred laurel clad, or papal father now, in homely weeds arrayed. The wight whose brain this phantom's power doth fill, on whom she doth with constant care attend, will for a dreadful giant take a mill, or a grand palace in a hogsty find. From her dire influence me may heaven defend. All things with vitiated sight he spies, neglects his family, forgets his friend, seeks painted trifles and fantastic toys, and eagerly pursues imaginary joys.